Y'all, you probably know here in Hardin County and in Jefferson County, school started back today for the kids, Thursday through Friday, short week. So I'm saying that because I am a public school teacher now. And tonight, Washington just handed down the rule that could turn one of the most successful anti poverty programs in American history into a glorified daycare. No more federal floor on class size. No more guaranteed teacher to student ratio. Just states left to sort it out, and 200,000 plus more kids funneled into the same number of classrooms with same number of teachers. If you've got a grandbaby, a niece, a nephew, and Head Start in Hardin County, you need to hear this one, because this one is going to affect your grandbabies, your kids, your nieces, your nephews. If you like your neighbor's kids, and I hope you do, it's going to affect them too.
Standing for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Built upon the shoulders of the Constitution, rule of law, and the animating principle that we are all created equal. I need to hear a hallelujah, though I'm not considered a believer by some. I still believe in the warmth of heaven come. I need the rapture I feel when my feet touch the green, green grass of home. Then I know I have reached the valley of kingdom come. And when I reach that valley, I need to see you there, because we don't need a kingdom, we only need free air. We don't seek a king, we seek the brotherhood of man. And we won't fight for bondage, as we need no king or woman. We will stand undivided, because we will raise the fallen. Now I need to hear a hallelujah as we tear down the wall there.
All right, y'all. Welcome to the Hillbilly Think Tank with me, Spencer Keck. I am the educated hillbilly. And no, that's not an oxymoron. Don't call me a moron. There have been educated, erudite, and emancipated hillbillies in Kentucky ever since my kith and kin came through that Cumberland Gap with Daniel Boone and the Long Hunters on their quest to find life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness right here. And this is where we carved it out with grit and determination. We've got to make sure our kids can do the same. I am Spencer Keck, retired Navy doc, combat veteran, and candidate for magistrate on the Hardin County Fiscal Court District 3. And again, it's just all about life, liberty, and that pursuit of happiness. So y'all, let's talk about something that landed today, August 6th, and it's going to affect families right here in Hardin County. The Department of Health and Human Services, which since the Trump administration's restructuring has absorbed a good chunk of what used to sit with the Department of Education, it just unveiled a proposed overhaul of Head Start. I want to walk you through what's actually in it, because as a school teacher, this is going to affect my kids on down the line when they make it to the grades that I teach. because the spin coming out of Washington, it sounds a whole lot prettier than that substance underneath it. And we know how to tell shit from Shinola, right? Here's what Health and Human Services says the rule does. It strips out the federal staff to child ratio and group size mandates that have governed Head Start classrooms for decades. And it hands that authority over to the states. It also slashes the administrative cost cap from 5% down to another percentage point, 15 points, slashed it down to 5%. And officials say that frees up about 2.2 billion, which they plan to plow back into expanding enrollment by as many as 200,000 to nearly 270,000 more children nationwide. Now, on the surface, y'all, of course, more kids served sounds like a win. I spent 24 years in the Navy, much of it as an independent duty corpsman. And after that, I spent years inside the federal government, first at the VA, then a little stint in USCIS. I know bureaucracy. I know that more efficient and more effective are not always the same word, often not at all. And in this case, where they are not the same word, this is that case. They're not the same word at all. So Head Start has had one of the best teacher to student ratios in the entire education profession. And I'm saying that as a teacher who last year taught 37 students in my classroom to me, the one teacher. And that was 4 classes of students a day like that. So this ratio that they've been mandated to have for decades has been helping kids. It's been successful. And it was not an accident that this is the best student to teacher ratio in the entire education profession. It was federally mandated because research going back decades shows that those disadvantaged kids, many of them dealing with trauma, poverty, hunger, unstable homes, they need that close adult attention to actually catch up developmentally. That ratio is the engine of this program. It's not overhead. It's not red tape. It's the thing that makes Head Start work. Strip out the federal floor, hand it to the states, and you get exactly what the folks at the Wisconsin Head Start Association are already warning about. Class sizes could grow, ratios could worsen, and quality could become a patchwork. Good in some states, gutted in others. One advocate put it plainly: this transforms a high quality program into a generic early childhood funding stream that doesn't look like Head Start anymore. And there's more buried in this rule beyond ratios. Reporting this week indicates it also loosens curriculum standards, removes some of the guardrails around suspension and expulsion of small children, drops the prohibition on corporal punishment, and eliminates required developmental screenings. The very screenings that catch a speech delay or a disability early when intervention has that chance to actually work, and usually will work if you catch it early. Now, I want to be fair here. The administration's stated goal, expanding access and cutting administrative waste, is not on its face an unreasonable goal. Nobody in this podcast is against efficiency. But when you free up money by cutting the standards that protect the kids, and you use that money to add more kids to the same classrooms without adding more teachers, you haven't made the program more efficient. You've made it thinner. You've spread that same peanut butter over a whole lot more bread. This is not the only affront to the public education we've seen lately, and it won't be the last. Head Start exists because we decided as a country that a 3-year-old born into poverty in Hardin County, Kentucky deserves the same shot at kindergarten readiness as a 3-year-old born into a house with 2 working parents and a library card. That is a rung on the ladder from poverty to up to the middle class. When you weaken that rung, you're not saving money. You're just moving the cost downstream into special education budgets, into the justice system, into a workforce that isn't ready to work. We have got to build a bulwark against this, and it starts with paying attention. It starts with the local leaders, school boards, fiscal courts, county judges who understand what's at stake and who will ask hard questions before the money and the mandate disappear quietly into a federal register that nobody reads. So, what does a fight happening in Washington have to do with a magistrate's race in Hardin County, District 3? Good question. Everything. Fiscal court doesn't run Head Start, but fiscal court sets the tone for how this county treats its most vulnerable kids and families. It decides what gets funded locally to fill gaps when the federal government backs away. It decides whether we show up to advocate for our local Head Start centers when the rules change out from underneath them, or whether we just shrug and say, oh, it's Washington's problem. Yeah, we don't like that, do we? So I didn't spend my career in combat, in sick bay, and Navy ships, and with the Marines, or at the VA taking care of veterans, just to learn to shrug when people who can't advocate for themselves need somebody in the room that's in their corner. 3-year-olds can't testify at a public comment hearing. Their parents working 2 jobs often can't either. That's what elected local leaders are for. What else are they for? Why else do we elect them? Right? That's what we've got to keep remembering. That's what it is absolutely all about. It's our local kids, our local folks. All right, y'all. I am Spencer Keck, the Educated Hillbilly, and this has been the Hillbilly Think Tank. Come to a fiscal court meeting. Bring your hardest question. Whether I earn your vote or not, we will get answers together. I'll see you there. Now, also, keep thinking deeply. And remember that in Kentucky, united we stand and divided we fall. That isn't just words on a flag. It's the glue that holds us together. Because if we love our neighbors as ourselves and recognize that, yes, we are our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper, then we cannot be divided and we will not fall. Remember, everyone deployed overseas. And bless your corazón, that is Spanish for heart. Now, this has been paid for by Spencer Keck. If you want to know more about this campaign, you can learn more at spencerkeckmagistrate.com. Y'all, it's been great out here chatting. Hopefully, we've been able to edify each other in this moment. Have a great one.
Standing for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Built upon the shoulders of the Constitution, rule of law, and the animating principle that we are all created equal. I need to hear a hallelujah, though I'm not considered a believer by some. I still believe in the warmth of heaven come. I need the rapture I feel when my feet touch the green, green grass of home. Then I know I have reached the valley of kingdom come.